Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Today video is going to be done a little bit unusual. I didn't really want to do it this way, but because of the interference that I had last night, I'm having to let you guys listen to a pre-recorded video that I did last night. It was about 4 o'clock last night, and, and because of the interference that I had, I tried to upload this video at least 3 times and it just would not go through. And so, with all of the memories that I had fresh, I want you guys to hear everything that happened within um, this dragon realm that I went to. Now, we had a council meeting of dragons. Listen to all the details of this video. Uh, I will be sitting quietly, also listening along with you guys. So just bear with me. Like I said, it's done unusual. I have to do it this way because of the interference. So let's get to it. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Well, I'm jumping up here real quick so that these memories stay fresh. Thank God I was off last night. Normally I work third shift. And it just worked out perfect for this council meeting that I had tonight. Now, this is a different type of council meeting. These are the Dragon Realm. And Wolf Dragon, you're going to like this. Before I talk about what happened with this Dragon Council meeting, let me first set the scene of what happened and how I even got there. So I was in this very human-like realm. I don't know if you guys know like how flea markets are set up. There's a lot of people outside. You know, there's a lot of places that you can go and buy goods or different type of merchandise. It was almost set up just like how China would have like their markets outside where you can go and see things that they are selling. And this particular market had a long. It was an open setting, but it had like a really don't want to consider this being a building because it was open where you can just walk in, but it also had like a roof, long roof, going like I want to say almost a mile. This is a huge marketplace, and people just walking, and so something stopped me on my way, and I was there with some people. I can't remember who they were. I think I'm not supposed to talk about who these particular people were. Family members within this place. Not my direct family, but family. So anyway, we're walking and we're talking, just having a conversation. And like I said, we're in a marketplace, almost set up like how a flea market setting would be, but it's more like how China would have like their settings. And we stopped just to have a brief conversation with the other people that was passing by. And I saw someone. It was like these people were, their mindset, and these was Americans, We had all types of people out there, and it didn't matter what color you were. All walks of life were at this marketplace, but my attention was drawn to these particular people, and really don't know why it was like that. I can telepathically link with them and see that there was some sinister thoughts that was going on, and that's why I was drawn to them. It was like they were there to maybe cause some problems. I guess these guys were could have been reptilian hybrids, because they too noticed that I was watching them, and then some guy, there was snakes also present there. There was snakes on the ground. These particular snakes, now I did not see them at first. I think these guys, even though they were reptilian hybrids, there was maybe three or four of them, and they were different colors in human form. One of them was black guy, one of them was white, and some other people that was with them. But these two guys were probably like the head honchos within that group of reptilian hybrids, and they were there to cause some problems. But I think I was also being distracted by them because there were smaller snakes right down by my foot, and I did not notice them. And the guy that was with me, who I consider a family member, I guess I can go ahead and say this. This guy was my wife's father, and he warned me there were snakes at my feet. There was about 3 or 4 of them coming out of a small crack in the floor. And I'll tell you the significance behind that. So, and these particular snakes had yellow belly. They had like cobra, baby small cobra heads, okay? And they looked like identical. And I'll tell you the significance of that too. Very small, yellow belly, green top head skin, and they had cobra-shaped heads. So, before I forget, let me tell you significance of that. These, since they look so similar, they were basically clones. Okay, and we know that the reptilians like to clone themselves, and they see themselves as royalty over humanity, and they love being underground. So, as my father-in-law warned me that there were snakes at my feet, I began to stomp on them, killing them quick. And granted, now I'm in this marketplace full of people, and when you are an empath, it's almost by that whole surroundings. If I'm not careful, I can be distracted, and there was that distraction being there. So I did not pick up on these very small, very sinister cobras, and these were what we consider clones. And they were coming up from the floor, just being very sinister. I hope you guys can hear me in this video. YouTube may be tampering with the sounds again. I am getting people saying that the sound is low. If you can, guys, I would advise you, if you're having some audio problems with my videos, what YouTube cannot control is your TV remote. If you can link it, if you have that type of capability, link my videos to your TV at home and turn up the volume using your TV remote. This is one of the best ways to get the information that I am giving you. Okay, so it's very important because something is brewing, and I want to give you guys the information that you need to stay informed. Okay, back to the story. So as I stomp these clone very small cobras out, I noticed in a small crack up. It was up near a wooden wall. So I had to take flight. Now, like I said, it had covered this place. It went all the way down, and the roof, it was almost like tin. Okay, very cheap tin. It was just there to provide cover and a walkway within this market. Okay, to provide some type of shed. And so when I fly up, I take flight and I fly up, and I'm seeing all of these small bugs. Seeing all of these small bugs in this on this wood right above the tin roof. Just right there on the wall, and then there's a tin roof. So I use what we call using my spiritual elements of wind to blow these bugs open, blow them away. And so I ended up blowing almost like a room open. And I was guided to do that because this was a secret dragon meeting lair. And so when I blew those bugs, a door open. I go inside this door, and not shortly after, my martial arts instructor here, the one that put my skills together here. Now, I joined martial arts, Kempo Taijutsu. This is Shaolin Kempo. Ed Parker brought this over from China. This is Chinese Kempo, but it originated, the whole history of this particular Kempo. You have Okinawa Kempo, and then you have Chinese Kempo. I was trained Chinese Kempo, and there were some other elements of martial arts that my instructor incorporated within Kempo. He made it Kempo Taijutsu. So, and he was trained by three other masters within this system as well. Not shortly after I entered this door, and it wasn't a coincidence. My higher self had already been guiding me from that point on. From the whole point on, from seeing these clone cobras coming from up under ground to these sinisters of hybrids humans being there, it's all not a coincidence. So, like I said, when I go inside this room, shortly after, my martial arts instructor show up, and he brought with him, it was 3 or 4 of his students here in this time. Okay, now we are all connected. Now, I joined a system called Warriors for Christ. That was the name of the martial arts school. It was called Warriors for Christ. And everything from that time of me joining was all ordained for me to be here in this time with the training that I had. This is why I link Christ, the Christ conscience, with my martial arts skills, because the system was called Warriors for Christ. I am a warrior for Christ, the Christ-like. Not only that, let's get back to the story. I want to tie everything together and show you that these things are not coincidence. And I'll show you a certificate of my third degree black belt of training within this system. But I'm beyond that. This was spiritual training. And you'll see why in a minute. So like I said, once my instructor show up, they don't even really know why they're there. They're not at the level that I am with knowing about this, the council. They don't have the human knowledge that I have of bringing back this information. This type of information, they don't have that because they still live a human life. They still live a catered belief in what's really going on from behind the scene. But it is their higher self. And since they are all considered dragons, they needed to be there. And I'll tell you why they was there and don't really know why. Okay, so once again, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to break it down so that everyone understand how this spiritual conscience work within not only in our human form, but as we go off, we are called to certain meetings. And just because you are here and you don't remember what goes on is because you're probably not ready to know all of what you are going through within your own council life, within your own spiritual realm. You're probably not ready for it. I am. I hold no fear. And I'm just ready. I'm really ready to get this information out, and I'm really ready for this war to be over. And back to the story. I'm sorry, guys, but I have to break this stuff down. So, when my martial arts instructor get there, now I'm already in flight as they show up. And they're just looking around, and I'm looking at his students, and I'm looking at my instructor. I'm not going to say his name here, okay? So I asked him, one of the students seemed very promising. I can tell he was in a stance like he was, really revved up and ready for anything. And I like that. I love that about martial arts. And I'm looking at the guy, and I'm like, you guys can't even to my martial arts instructor.
Sorry about that.
I'm like, you guys are not ready. And I did this without disrespect. When we are at a level of dragons, we speak our minds. You guys know that Ra speak his mind. Okay? And I express how I feel. And all dragons do. All dragons. We're not like other extraterrestrials where I can be in another form and I kind of watch what I say just so that your feelings don't get hurt. Well, when you are in dragon forms, we speak our mind. Okay, that is our tradition. That is our custom as dragons. We don't hold back of how we feel. This is what the dragon heart is for. This is how our fire, our chakra, emanates within us. It's because of the passion that we hold, the power of the voice. This is how our fire is made. It's from that chakra, that spiritual chakra. We don't hold back when we speak. So I spoke to all of them, and I told them all. I said, "You guys can't even take flight." And so I flew around them. And then I look at my martial arts instructor, and I hit him with a wind blast. I needed to see what level he was at, and I mean no disrespect, Sifu. If you come across this video, I mean no disrespect, but it's time that we all understand the spiritual components of who we really are. It's time that humanity really wake up and see past this human form that we hold. This is just an avatar body to get around here on this fourth density plane. Okay? We are way more than what we've been led to believe. And it's time that we wake up and stand in that power and stop playing these reptilian games. Stop playing their games, because it's all an illusion. They painted this world. They created the illusion, and you guys are only watching an illusion. The woke community is seeing it for what it is. The veil is coming down. Okay, so when I hit my martial arts instructor, my Sifu, who now consider himself a professor and a master here, and he's earned that. He's earned it here. He earned it here. On the other side, you test your true spiritual powers, and you're not there. So when I hit him, even though he's a dragon, he is a dragon. When I hit him with that wind blast, I forced his dragon form open. And the dragon form that he had went into was not a good dragon form. He had not grown spiritually in his avatar body in full dragon form. So when I took that form away from him and he went into his dragon form, he was a very small dragon. Very small dragon. There is a reason why I needed to do that. Because shortly after, these high dragon councils came in. They came into the room. Now, by this time, I had already picked up my master. He was only the size of my hand and maybe right up to my forearm. From my hand to my forearm, that was his dragon form. That was his dragon form. I didn't even need to go into my dragon form because I know the level that I'm already at. So when I picked him up, I began to heal him because I injured him in his human form. And, that went all the way down to his dragon form as well. When you injure the body of a human, you still dragon, no matter what level you are at. And I injured him just a little bit, shook him up a little bit. So I wanted to heal him. So, and I did. I picked him up and I held him in my hand, and I began to heal him. This was the time that these high dragons came in, and they came in. Now, they could not come in their full form, so they came in as appropriate size for the room that we were in. Now, they can get much bigger, much bigger. They was big enough and very respected. There was a white dragon that came in, and almost the same color as my Sifu, sorry about that, my martial arts instructor. So it was almost like a very blue, well, not much blue, maybe bluish green. Wasn't a really pretty color, but it is what it is. So when the same color as my martial arts instructor, that High Council Dragon, he came in and said that we're going to have a meeting, and he looked at the dragon that I had in my hand, had no idea that this was my martial arts instructor here. He said, put that thing out of his misery. He told me to put my instructor, my teacher, out of his misery. He saw him as a pathetic looking dragon. Which I did not. I'm going to interrupt just on that part alone because the High Councils, these two dragons, the white dragon and the bluish green dragon, they are High Council dragons, and they hold a lot of authority. But when he looked at my martial arts master instructor, which back in the day I used to call him Sifu. Now he goes by another title, which he earned. He earned it here. He's very good at what he do, and I am very happy that he put me together from the age of 9 years old, and everything that he taught me was well learned. But this dragon, which was almost the same color as my master instructor, told me to put him out of his, wanted me to destroy him because of his dragon form. I think he just said it just because based off in how he looked, which I did not do. But let's go ahead back into the video. Now, once the meeting starts, this form, this conscience cannot be there because it's private. So this part of me had to come back. Now, what I did gather is that we're gathering. All dragons are gathering right now, and a war is about to break out. Now, you take everything that I said and you put all that together, and you know what this war is going to come down to. We are going to start implementing plans of taking out the threat that you guys cannot see. You guys know about it. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Hey guys, this is when the video, I started having the interference. Right up until that last point of me making, I got kicked off of my device and I could not finish it the way I normally finish a video. So I'm going to let you guys listen to part 2 of this. And I'm sorry that I'm having to do it this way. I'm having to go around what I consider interference, and you guys witness interference all the time here with me. So I'm gonna now find part 2 and let you guys listen to it and hope that we do not have any more interference. Hi everybody, this is Rock Cloud. I'm sorry I had to I got kicked off of my other device, and I really needed to finish up what I had to say, so I'm using another device, and I'll edit and combine both of these devices together. As in the previous video before I got kicked off with the dragging meeting, now, as I stated, when these high council dragons came in, and one of the greenish blue dragon, one of the high council. Now there was only 2 of them at this meeting that showed up: a white dragon and a bluish green dragon. Look almost the same color as. I'm gonna cut in real quick because this coffee cup was almost like the same color as my martial arts instructor and also one of the high council or dragon. Almost this color. My martial arts instructor, who is a dragon but has not grown at the level that we are at, as far as our dragon form. So when that meeting happened, this conscience had to be removed from that dragon meeting, and I had to come back here, and only my dragon, my spirit dragon form, and all the other dragons had to stay. Same thing with my martial arts instructor. His human side was not permitted to be at that dragon meeting, nor was mine. So it was only our spirit dragon form that was allowed to stay. Now, what I did gather is that we are at a spiritual war. So we're having all higher dimensional dragons meet up and discuss what's the next phase in helping Earth realm out. And this is going on across these dimensions, because what is going on is just like what happened back in Rome. In the Roman days, Caesar was not a human; he was reptilian. So was that Roman Catholic Pope was also reptilian. These are hybrid reptilian lines, and they carry a high royal blood within that caste system. And they also had minute technology, but was not permitted to have high technology because it brought them into a galactic. It would have brought them into a galactic community. So we have a infestation, and that's what the bugs was stating when I used that wind blast to blow those bugs off of that dragon interdimensional door. That's what that stated. Also with the other the serpents that was coming up from the ground. These are all reptilian lines, and there's an infestation here on Earth, and we have to take care of that so that Earth humans can have a fair shot at growing their conscience and moving to a positive galactic community. So, and like I said, these are timeline wars. It's all interconnected. Timeline wars between the light and dark. These interdimensional wars between the light and dark. And these extraterrestrial wars between light and dark, and humans are fighting between light and dark. These are what we call, don't want to, go into like Democrats and Republican, but don't want to do it that way because for the longest time, these reptilian lines control both sides. Okay? So I'm not going to go into that, but it's always been light and dark fighting. And we need to stomp this out on all grounds. So, like I said, any dragon people here, subscribers here, this is for you as well to understand that us as dragons, and I incorporate all of my higher selves, all that I ever been. I don't just look at one side. I don't look at my Andromeda side. I don't just look at my wolf side. I don't just look at the blue avian side. I look at all of everything that I ever been. Even when this form dies, all the knowledge that I have, it becomes a higher self. That when I am reborn in another life, when I am reincarnated, this form right here with all of the knowledge would step forth and guide my next level. This is how all of what you've been become like a conglomerate of your higher selves. So if you've been Pleiadian, when you are reborn in another form, that form will help along with your current form as well. All of the knowledge that you obtain in this lifetime will become a higher self. So I needed to get back up here and finish that. I got kicked off. This is the second time I've gotten kicked off of my device. But anyway, let me go ahead and close this out. I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. And that's how I always want to end a video, with that saying, loving you guys and honoring you guys and respecting you guys always. So have a good night. Okay. I really didn't want to make this a real long video. I wanted to get this out. Unfortunately, because of all of the interference that I had to do it in a unique way. So hopefully you guys heard and understood everything I said from that audio recording. Now, I want to go back and talk to you about the training that I had in my current life. Now, when I was 9 years old, I was always into fighting. I didn't like bullies as a young child, and I always kind of stood up. I was the youngest in my family. I was the shortest in my family. Now I'm the biggest in my family. And I'm like a guardian. Even though I am the baby of the family, I am like the guardian of the family. But yes, when it came to my training at a very young age, when I learned this stuff, it came like clockwork. It was very easy for me to learn techniques. It was very easy for me to execute techniques. And I grew up in a system of what we call Shaolin Kempo. It originated from the Shaolin line. They call it over here in the States Chinese Kempo. And like I said in the video, you got Okinawa Kempo and you got Chinese Kempo. The guy that brought this style over from China was Ed Parker. Ed Parker also introduced Bruce Lee into the American style of kumite, sparring. And you guys look up Ed Parker and see how well he was within Kempo. Now I'm going to show you my certificate. Now I blanked out my name because I don't want my name um, on the internet. When that time is appropriate, I may tell you guys my original name. But just for security purpose, I want my name to be not in or across social media. Now I'm going to show you my certificate. This right here. The WFC is for Warriors for Christ, and this is Kempo Tai Jitsu. Now, this may read a little backwards. But as you can see, my instructor name I will show you his name. You guys can see this. But this is third degree black belt. So yeah. I'll show that one more time. So yeah, but the system is a unique system. And like I said, even before I was born, it was ordained for me to come up in a system that stood for Christ. I was always going to be a part of the Christ conscience. I was always going to be an aspect of the raw conscience as well. They all both intertwine with each other, the Christ conscience and raw. And the law of one, the law of oneness. So I'm going to end this video later when I feel like all of this interference has died down. I can maybe upload the original video, and there will be two parts if I can do it this way. Maybe at a later date, maybe next week or something like that. But guys, I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. Please continue to support me and send your blessings. That's all I ask. Send your blessings because the interference is it's going to continue until this war is over. So once again, I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. Have a good day.